Hello friends, today we will going to discuss about one more topic, that is social change. See, change is a criteria in everybody's life. So change takes place in from A to Z in each and everybody's life and each and every activities. Like that in a society also changes has taken place. If you see years back, maybe 10, 20 years back, what will be the society? What was the society? And what is the now we are having the society? And you just imagine after 10, 20 years after that, what will be our society? These are mainly due to the changes taking place in the society or in some of the social aspects. Today we will going to discuss about some of the important aspects with respect to social change. First, one must know what is social change. See, what is change? Change means variation from the previous state or mode of existence. The changes which takes place from where the last to now. What was before and what is now is the it is called as a change. See, the word change denotes a difference in anything that is observed over some period of time. That means what are the things, maybe in a social structure, social pattern, social institution, social organization, our culture, behavior, everything. What are the changes that takes place over a period of time will be indicated through this change, the social change. The social change is nothing but a variation or modification of any aspects of social process, social pattern, social interaction, or a social organization is called as a social change. So here in a social change, we are considering the four major aspects of the area, that is a social process, social pattern, social interaction, and the social organization. Now we will see what are the characteristics of a social change. Sorry, I have written control. It is nothing but a social change. See, some of the important characteristics of the social change are the universal phenomena. See, always the social change is not takes place in one place or with one person or with one aspects. It takes place in every aspects in every part of the world. So it is a universal phenomena. And always social change is essentially involves human aspects. Whenever we are telling about the social change, it is nothing but a change in a human interaction or the change in the people in a community, change in the behavior of the people in a community. So whenever we are telling about the change, it is essentially involves the human aspects or the people are very essential for this. And always we tells that the social is a continuous process. That means it takes place over a period of time, the changes takes place. Whatever comes now, after some period, it will going to change. For example, if we take our grandfathers, four grandfathers used to walk by foot, barefootedly they used to walk. And the next comes is the two-wheeler. And as the time advances, now people are moving in a car. Now, if you take nowadays, they used to use the personal helicopters, personal flight, and personal ships are also came. Like that, the social change is a continuous process. It will change over a period of time in many aspects when compared to the previous days. And the social change is environmental. So whenever we are telling about the change in a geographical factor, maybe ecosystem, maybe climate, maybe temperature, maybe rainfall, this is also a change. That means the some of the environmental aspects also involved in a social change. And the next one is the social change is temporal because it is a continuous process once the change takes place. As I told that from barefoot, we started two-wheeler. That does not mean that now everybody will go with the two-wheeler only. It is temporary. Once the new technology comes or something intervention has started, again it will going to change. So that's why the social change is always temporal because it will go on changing over a period of time. And social change may be planned or unplanned. Sometimes there may be a change due to the planned aspects. For example, now Corona is going on, everybody started wearing masks. This is mainly because it is a planned change. Whereas if sudden rainfall comes, the flood comes and everybody will wash out, they have to move to a higher area. A rehabilitation center has to be started and they have to be provided with the food and everything. It is unplanned because of natural disaster. They have to do all those things. So the change may be due to plan or may be unplanned. And the next one is the social change is the result from the interaction of number of factors. See, because the social change, we cannot say that the change has taken place mainly due to a specific factor. It may be change took place by intervention of the different factors, maybe human factor, maybe education, maybe geographical factor, maybe environmental, maybe industrialization, so many factors which interacts among each other and helps in creating a social change. And the next one is social change involves tempo and direction of change. See, whenever we are telling a change, that change may take place very fast, some change, and some change may take place very slowly. For example, some of the changes like the education system and everything will going to take some time to change immediately, or due to some policies and all will going to change. Whereas our dressing pattern, food habit will change immediately, because it will take a short period of time. If we love that dress, we will started wearing it. So some of the changes will take place very fast. The tempo will be there, and the direction of change may be there, maybe in a positive way, maybe in a negative way, or maybe in upward, or maybe in a downward. So these are the important the features of characteristics of a social change. Now we will see some of the factors which is influencing in a social change. The first one is the biological factor. The biological factor involves the two aspects. The first one is demographic factor, and the second one is the natural factor. The demographic factor is the one, demography, it is a word derived from a Latin word that means, the demo means people, graphs means to draw. The demographic factor means with respect to the population, with respect to the quality of life, what the people are living in a particular community or in a particular area. See, the demographic factors involves two aspects, that is the qualitative social change. Another one is the quantitative social change. The qualitative social change is nothing but the change with respect to quality of a human being, maybe in terms of their mental ability, maybe in terms of their attitude, knowledge, behavior, intelligence, everything. That is what is influencing, that is called as a qualitative change. This change is mainly due to their hereditary activities over a period of their generation, or maybe the environment in which they are living, or the people with whom they are living may going to influence on this, the qualitative change. And the next one is the quantitative social change. The quantitative social change is in terms of the size of population. That is the number of people in an area, or density of population, sex ratio, etc. will going to indicate the quality of the population. And the second in the biological factor is the natural factor. The natural factor is due to the rapid change in the population, that is due to the demographic factor. Increase in the population will going to influence on the environment, that may cause the poverty, food shortage, the multiple health problems, and that will going to bring a changes in the society. So sometimes due to increase in the population, or due to the change in the natural factors, that may leads to create a migration of the people from rural area to urban area, that results in formation of lot of the urban areas, or it may be called as urbanization. Due to huge urbanization, that may create a multiple problem like the slum, the quality of health, the quality of life, and everything will going to reduce due to these natural factors. And the second factor of a social change is the geographical or a physical factor. The geographical or a physical factor means with respect to the climate. The geographical factor may be with respect to climate, rainfall, mountains, river, vegetations, minerals, everything will come. The climate will going to influence on the temperament of the human being. There is a study which indicates that this climate will indicates the temperament of a human being in the particular area or a region. For example, the climate of a changing season. For example, the Europeans, they used to be very vigorous. They used to be brave, and they used to be fierce. That means you have seen so many warriors has come from Greece, European countries like Alexander and all. Whereas the equitable climate, that is the Asiatic climates, they used to be very calm, mild, gentle, and they used to be like that. So sometimes this climate also going to influence on the temperament of a people. And this geographical factor will also going to influence the social change. For example, I have told the climate, vegetation, mountains, etc. Here I have given one picture of Dal Lake, which is at Kashmir. The Dal Lake is a natural factor or a geographical factor which is existing, and people have gone to see that the nature beauty or the mountains, the lake, flowers, everything, that boating and everything. As the number of tourists increases, immediately the change over their behavior, their culture, their dressing pattern, their language, food habit, everything will going to change because of the influence of the tourist. That means sometimes this geographical factors or the physical factor also going to influence on the pattern of living or the social change. The good example we can say is the Goa. Goa is like a foreign in India because of the many foreigners comes there, and the culture, the food habit, the people living, their lifestyle, everything is like a other country people rather than a Indians. And the third factor of the social change is the technological factor. That is, the systematic influence of the technology also going to influence on the social change. That is nothing but appropriate organization and systematic application of the scientific knowledge to meet the human requirement also going to influence on the social change. Some of the aspects of the technological changes are the mechanization. We have seen lot of mechanization, maybe in the field of agriculture. I have given this the picture of the mechanization. The mechanization picture in agriculture, the mechanization takes place, that will leads to a lot of unemployment of the skilled laborers in the agriculture. That same times, the industrialization. The industrialization, you could able to see that because of the industrialization, it helps in production of the better quality goods that will going to be very much required by the modern society. That reduces the traditional skills, and that going to going to close that smaller industries or the cottage industries, khadi industries in the rural area. Through that, the people used to lead their life. So like that, the industrialization has also affected. And the urbanization. Due to mechanization and the industrialization, a lot of people in the rural area have lost their employment, and the many times the job opportunity has been given due to all these factors. People started migrating to the urban area, that leads to become urbanization. Apart from this, improving the communication system, transportation facilities, some of the atomic energy, science and technologies, all these factors also influenced on urbanization, and many of the population are fascinated about the urban area, and they started migrating towards the urban area. And the fourth factor is the cultural factors. The cultural factors is nothing but the change in the cultural aspects, that is the values, beliefs, customs, traditions. All these things also has been influenced due to this social change has been there in these aspects. We could able to see the changes with respect to all these aspects also. There is a change in education system, the dressing style, marriage, food habit. These changes are due to change or discovery of or the invention of so many scientific technologies and the diffusion and borrowing. Here I have given an example. In the previous years and in a traditional society, we used to get dress up in a traditional dress. We are not supposed to wear the dress which is not acceptable, which acts as a taboo for us. But nowadays, the fast change in the traditional dress. Same way, the food habit. Usually we used to eat the food which is made by our family, like vegetarians, non-vegetarians, like that. Nowadays, non-vegetarians also used to eat the vegetarian food, and the vegetarians also used to eat the non-veg food. And this casino, parties, pubs, drinks, everything has been changed due to this. That has impacted on the cultural aspects of the rural people. The basic elements of cultural changes is mainly in terms of language, the religion, philosophy, literature, faith, values that has taken place, and long time to change due to the influence of the culture. But when we see the food habits, clothing, the other things have influenced a lot on the change, but these aspects took a lot of time to get a change. And the fifth factor is legislation factor. That is, the legislation means some social legislation has been put forth by the government, which has helped to empower the people or bring about the change in a society. The good example for this is women empowerment and social legislation. In a previous or a traditional society, the women are not equally considered with the men, and they are suppressed and they are meant for certain activities. Due to passing of lot of legislation act, the women are also brought into a limelight, and equality has been given to a woman. The reservation has been given to a woman in an election or in a job and everything. Some of the social legislation like equality, the caste system also has been reduced due to this legislation factor. Now, because of the legislation, the lower caste people also given a reservation, and they are treated equally with the other caste people. All these things has brought a lot of social change. And the next one is the educational factor. There is a lot of change in the educational factor that brings change in the behavior of the society. See, the behavior of the uneducated and educated is entirely different. The education has helped the people to change their behavior, attitude, their manners, traditions, and sometimes this education has helped to reduce the belief on supernatural powers, or superstitious beliefs has been reduced, or prejudices has been reduced. See, you could be able to see that previously there used to be a Gurukula system of education. Nowadays, we have got a smart classes, online education, what we are doing now. This has given us a lot of knowledge and given exposure to a different aspects of the society that helped us to improve our behavior, way of thinking, and we are going to leave some of the important factors which are not at all meaningful in our day-to-day life. What are the different important process of social change? One of the important process of social change is Sanskritization. The Sanskritization is nothing but the process by which the low Hindu caste people used to follow the rituals, the customs, ideologies, or the way of life of higher or the most higher caste people who are in a society, such that they could be treated as equal to others. For example, previously in a traditional societies or in a olden society, the puja, homa, havana used to be done by only the Brahmin caste people. They used to do all the pujas because they are treated as highly Sanskritized, and they are having a highly rituals, traditions, customs, and all those things. Nowadays, all the caste people are also following the same rituals, same ideations, same ritual, the customs and all, such that we are also treating them equal with them. That means we are becoming more Sanskritized. We are becoming more, what we can say, traditionalized. We are following so many rituals, customs, ideologies, such that everybody could be treated equally and equal to the higher caste people. The impact of this Sanskritization is it helps to ventures to gain a higher status in the society. When you are following all those things, washing hands and legs and taking bath in the early morning, making puja and all, that gives you a higher status in the society. And it helps to adopt and follows the customs and rituals which would qualify it for being treated as twice born. That means you are treated low in a society. When you become a Sanskritized, you are born again in a society, and you could be treated equally with the other people in a society. And the next factor of the social change, or the concept, the social change, is the industrialization. See, industrialization is a period of social and economic changes that transfers the human group from agrarian society to a industrial society. This urbanization refers to the population which shift from rural area to urban area. That will going to correspondingly decreases the proportion of people who are living in the rural area. So because of the development of communication, transportation, electrification, irrigation, and improved technologies, science and technologies, invention, everything has influenced on industrialization. See, industrialization has made the lot of job opportunities for the people, such that from the end, they are going to give a quality product to the people, which I have told already, the technological factors which influencing on the social change. So here also, that is the one factor, that is the industrialization. So this has made the many of the rural youth lost their lab job, and many of the enterprises, cottage industries has been closed in the rural area. So this made them to move to the urban area in search of a job because of industrialization. So the impact of industrialization is it raises the global inequality, because the rural people will become poor and urban people will become rich and technologically rich, and all the wealth will be there with them. And the next thing is the transformation of wealth. That is, the money which is there in the industries will transfer to the people who are working in the industries, and same money will come to the rural area. Urbanization and immigration. This is naturally in search of job. The people from rural area will move to the urban area and leads to the migration of the people from rural area to urban area. And the next one is urbanization. See, urbanization is a factor which is influenced by the industrialization. When there is industrialization, people started moving from the rural area to urban area, and this urbanization was started. That is the growing of towns, cities. This increases the population in the urban centers, and the consequences of this urbanization is that reduces the social sympathy, lack of social control, decline in the family control, change in the family structure. That is from joint family to the nuclear family they became. Family control means usually when we are youngsters, we used to respect our parents, our elder member in a family. Nowadays, nobody respects and there is no control over the family. And the next one is change in the status of the women. Women are treated equally in the urban area. They also work, they also get educated, and they became, the status of the woman has been changed. The personalization of entertainment, that is nothing but they used to get a lot of entertainment opportunities in the urban area compared to the rural area. The moral values have been changed. Expansion of slum, this I have explained already. Because of increased in population, the living area will reduce, and that's why the cost of living cannot be afforded. That leads to an increase in number of slums, and health, lifestyle, everything will going to change. Evil and crime will going to increase, and the corruption, conflict, and competition will also going to completion will also going to increase. These are the some of the consequences of urbanization. Due to increase in population, competition for each and everything, and many times if you won't get the job and wealth is there, they started evil and all those things will be there. And the next one is the westernization. Westernization is nothing but it is a process whereby society comes under or adopt the Western culture in the areas such as industry, technology, law, politics, economics, lifestyle, diet, clothing, language, alphabet, religion, philosophy, and values. See, the westernization takes place in all the aspects. See, nowadays, when we go to your olden people, they used to say that I love to eat ragi mudde, jola roti. Or if you go to our Malnad region, they used to eat that rice roti, rice kadabu. They are the traditional food. But we ask the younger generation, they love to eat pizza, pani puri, masal puri, so many, French fries, and all those things. It is mainly due to the westernization. And if you see the clothing pattern, you see your grandmother, she never forget to wear sari. But if I ask, like us, our generation people, we feel very irritated to wear sari, and we are comfortable with jeans, t-shirts, salwar kameez, kurta, and all those things. See, like that, the food habit, our language has been changed. You see the traditional people, you see the modern people, we know a lot of language, and our drinking, food, everything I have to, the lifestyle also. Nowadays, we are using commode rather than Indian style because we are westernized. We are influenced by the culture and the cultural system of other country rather than ours. The westernization is nothing but a complete change in the culture of a particular society, which is influenced by other Western society. And next, the impact of westernization. The westernization is impacted on growth of universalistic legal system. That means the common legal system for everybody. The law is same, the punishment is same, equality has been given, and lot of change in food habit and mode of eating. Usually in the traditional society, we used to sit on the ground and we used to eat on banana leaves. Nowadays, it has come, table manners has come, table manners. When you sit on a table manners, take a fork, knife, spoon, and the food habit and the mode of eating also has been changed. Growth of nationalism. That means the love for a country rather than religion or for a community has been changed. Weakening of traditional culture. See, it is natural. When we become a westernized, the traditional cultures are disappearing or it is masked by the Western culture. And the next one is the spread of education. That means the proper education system has been spread and different types of specialized education has come. Communication network. We used to talk, nowadays we are having well-developed communication network. Due to this, there is a drone system. I have given here the drone, Wi-Fi, internet, and we can talk video calls, everything we can meet, everything has come. Dressing pattern and the language. We changed our dressing pattern, which I have told already. Traditional dress to modern dress. Different types of dress has come. Art and literature also has been changed. See, next, the last concept of social change is the modernization. See, modernization is nothing but a process in which the societies moves from simple to complex, homogeneity to heterogeneity, incoherent to coherent, and from agriculture to industrial society. That means from a traditional process, we move towards a modern process. See, here in a traditional society, the traditional society is nothing but the agrarian society, where agriculture is the major. When it is becoming a modernized, when we go for subsistence farming to commercial farming, where we'll go for protected cultivation, or we may go for some commercializing with mechanized, we are using IoTs, Internet of Things, sensors, precision farming, that has become a modernized. That is nothing but an application of scientific knowledge and techniques in the various fields, not only in agriculture, other things also. Here, the great emphasis has been given to the inanimated forms of energy, like that solar energy, electricity, computer, internet, rather than human animal power became less important in the rural area. And urbanization has accelerating this process of modernization. Once the urbanization, that is urban, people migrating from rural area to urban and again coming back to the rural area, and they are creating some urban environment in the rural area. Now we see the rural areas in Indian villages, they are also like a cities, and all the facilities are available like a cities, and now they are becoming urbanized. This urbanization also has influenced on modernization. I hope you have understood what are the different types of changes takes place in a rural area. Change is a natural phenomena, which is very much essential for us to change on a timely basis. But change should be in a positive way rather than a negative way to achieve a success or to have a better community in India. Thank you.